Hi everyone, we are the tech team. My name is Tim and today we are going to talk about GoPros with you guys.
Hi, this is Vivian. We are going to do an awesome communication plan.
And this is Reggie. Our communication plan is going to be so great.
Hi, this is Sienna. I will introduce the marketing communication part. Oh, hey, Texas.
Hey, this is David and I'm going to talk about the consumer analysis.
So I'm going to give a brand audit of GoPro and give you an overall objective and background on the company. The action camera market itself is looking fairly strong. There's a demand for UHD-enabled cameras. Users are looking to capture their adventurous and epic activities through film. GoPro itself is also looking strong, with the brand looking to see growth within units and revenue throughout 2019. Who's driving these sales? Extreme sports users. And 360-degree video-enabled cameras will see growth from 1% to 14% throughout 2019. GoPro was started in 2002 by the founder Nick Woodman. 2 years later, the first camera system was sold, the GoPro Hero, which is still available today. In 2011, GoPro grew by acquiring Cineform, a service that assists with editing capabilities for the product. The company went public 3 years later, and in its peak, shares reached a massive $86. In 2016, GoPro grew and partnered with Periscope for live streaming features. However, things went a little awry 1 year later with falling stock and rising competition. This led to GoPro laying off employees. The Hero line is one of the most popular lines within the GoPro brand. GoPro focuses a lot on this line as well as their accessories. Accessories range from grips to handles and even their newly released drones, which goes under the Karma line. While GoPro leads the action camera market, it still competes with other verticals in the entire camera market. Yes, there are other competitors that are a little bit cheaper that are also off-brand, and it does have competition from Sony's RXO action camera that's a little bit more expensive, but also a little bit more durable and allows you to go further in water. It also competes with DSLRs, which are a little bit more versatile and accessible to regular users. And most importantly, everyone has a smartphone. These are more convenient, so this is also a big competitor for GoPro. To sum up GoPro's mission and vision, GoPro is a company that wants to help you share your experiences. They also want to be a service that helps you create your experiences. Their products allow them to do this, and they definitely succeed. GoPro as a brand is a very adrenaline-filled, exciting, and adventurous brand. However, visually, things don't convey the same way. The needed accessories are a little clunky and very technical looking. This can scare off the average customer. GoPro has a large market share of the action camera market, and they define themselves as a companion in action sports. The GoPro audience was initially just action sports users and typically males ages 20 to 30. Today, the target market is changing towards family and everyday users. The image of GoPro is unique because by allowing users to share their experiences, they create the image. This has led to the brand experience of GoPro as being a more create your own or do it yourself. Whatever you do, GoPro is here to document it throughout every moment.
So next, I'm going to talk about the marketing communication part.
In terms of GoPro's marketing communication, the most remarkable strategy is leveraging the user-generated content. Content marketing has dominated the marketing industry in the digital age for several years, and user-generated content, which is essentially created by unpaid contributors, are increasingly used in marketing campaigns due to the unique advantages in building customer trust and strengthening the brand-customer relations. GoPro is considered as the top one successful brand of leveraging UGC. Its product is designed to be a content creation machine, which is used in the outrageous situation, especially in the most shareable locations of beauty around the world. In addition, GoPro also encourages the user creating the content by rewarding them and releasing the videos on official channel. Due to the marketing effort, the brand's name is associated with some of the most amazing and shareable images and videos. Very rough 2016. The action camera marketed on the adrenaline junkies is almost saturated. Low-price action cameras produced by several local brands diluted GoPro's market share. Due to the sharply declined sales volume, GoPro lost more than $300 million in its awful 2016. To get GoPro back on solid ground, several marketing-related changes took place at the end of 2016. Around October 2016, GoPro released Hero 5 and its first-ever descriptive TV ad. It was considered as the starting point of its repositioning communication. If you are not an extremely detail-oriented person or a sensitive marketing industry insider, you may not be aware of that GoPro removed its popular tagline, "Be a Hero," from its logo silently when it released Hero 5. The reason behind the tagline removing is that GoPro changed its strategy from selling the idea of personal heroism to the adrenaline junkies to selling the best experience of capturing the wonderful moments in daily life to the ordinary people. It no longer only focused on the fans of extreme sports and outdoor adventures. And the key messages delivered by its communication campaign changed from the core hardware technology to the shooting experiences and the ecosystem establishing. To evaluate the communication effect, we analyzed GoPro's media mix and the marketing tactics. In terms of the media mix, it can be concluded that all the channels by which GoPro reaches to the target audiences are well integrated. All images and videos on paid media such as TV, magazine, billboard, theater, as well as the owned media such as its official websites, the official channel on social media, are virtually stunning. The content as well as the key messages delivering among the different channels are consistent. We also want to mention 3 highlights for its marketing tactics. Since user-generated content, contents created by GoPro's in-house producer, as well as the sponsorship are the 3 most important marketing tactics for GoPro. However, the execution of these tactics are far from achieving its repositioning communication goals. Regarding our analysis, the number of user-generated content created by the extreme sports fans is 1.6 times than the UGC created by the ordinary people on GoPro's official channel. Also, in GoPro's latest original produced video, the TV ads for its new model Hero 6, 65 scenes are for extreme sports, where only 33 scenes are for ordinary people's daily life. In addition, all its sponsorship is about the sports event. To conclude, GoPro is kind of failed to switch its focus to the ordinary people in its implementation.
Now we are going to talk about the consumer analysis. I will particularly focus on 2 points. The first one is what the customer cares about, and the second one is which is the identikit of the perfect customer for GoPro.
It is now time to talk about the GoPro's consumers, through an analysis developed by observing the consumers while using the product or purchasing it on our retail stores, conducting qualitative interviews, and analyzing the reviews on different websites. The first thing we've been trying to do is to understand what the customer cares about. And the first point we saw was the quality of the video. In fact, all the customers were mentioning how important was for them the quality of the video, especially 4K, for example, or the wide lens, which are one of the most important characteristics of the GoPro cameras. The second point is the unique features, as well as the wide camera, as mentioned before. The small size is really compact and is easy to store either on the bag or even in the pocket. It's waterproof, So it means that there is no problem if you take for extreme activities where there is water or where there can be rain, etc. It is also shockproof, which means that it can resist even if it falls, which is particularly suitable for conditions where there any impact with the floor or with a hard surface. Another point I mentioned is how easy it is to use the GoPro. In fact, their interface is very easy. There are only 2 buttons and it's really easy to connect it with a smartphone, so control the camera even with a remote as the iPhone, for example. The third point, very important, mentioned by the customers are the wide range of accessories. In fact, there are so many accessories available with the GoPro that empower the user to use it in different ways. For example, you can mount it on a helmet, or you can use it with a stick, or also you can put it on your surfboard while you are surfing. What we have been trying to investigate through our analysis is also the identity of the typical GoPro's customer. We've been finding some clues. For example, we've been seeing that it's much more likely to be a man, to be quite young, under 30 years old, having a life which is more active, doing sports or even extreme sports, and he can be either an amateur or a professional, for example, a producer. We've also seen that sometimes this kind of user generally knows at least some basic skills of editing. We also been noticing that he also generally use another product, at least to shoot videos. It can be a smartphone, can be a DSLR, or it can be another camera. Because of the convenience, for example, of a smartphone who can always be with him. The typical GoPro customers also like to share his video on social media with their friends. And we interestingly also found that there is an emotional relationship between the GoPro and its owner, because they are going to love their product. They always express themselves as being love, as being cool, as being passionate with their camera, and they try to influence his peers. We also found that generally the GoPro users find the GoPro itself or the accessories very expensive. In a general way, we can say that all the consumers of GoPro can be considered as niche consumers.
It's my turn now, so I'm going to talk about the SWOT analysis of GoPro.
For GoPro, they have both strengths and weaknesses in all 3 levels. Let's discuss them one by one. Starting from the product level, GoPro